What if her stillness isn't what it seems? You've withdrawn, become silent, and stopped pursuing, but rather than getting to, she has also stopped talking. Is she moving on, or is there something more serious going on in her head behind that composed exterior? Every second of your silence is making her wonder, everything stays with me because what's really going on? Quitting texting her will completely change the way you view this game, and by the end of this video, you'll have the upper hand. Section 1, no contact. Because dynamic relationships are based on patterns, when you break those patterns, it sends shockwaves across the relationship. This is why women mimic your silence when you stop texting and phoning. It's not simply a communication halt, but a shift in communication. Modern women are aware of no-contact tactics. They have heard of them, witnessed them in action, and even used them themselves. As a result, when you pull back, her instinct is not to panic, but to mimic your silence. This is because she wants to keep control of the issue, not because she's in a different scenario. She is actually testing you to see if your silence is sincere or merely a tactic. Is he genuinely trying to distance himself, or is this merely a short-term tactic where he mimics your silence? She is attempting to call your bluff, but underneath the calm exterior, her mind is doing something entirely different. She is asking herself a million questions, such as why he stopped texting, did I say something wrong, or has he lost interest? As the hours pass, those questions don't go away. Rather, they get louder. The truth is that when she mimics your silence, it's not about indifference. Rather, it's about defense. She is shielding herself from vulnerability, but in doing so, she is stepping directly into your frame. The longer you maintain your ground, the more her curiosity, doubts, and emotions grow. Silence isn't just a tactic. It's a means of resetting the dynamic and making her feel your absence. Section 2. How women overanalyze when they are not in contact. Particularly for women, quiet isn't empty. It's filled with questions, uncertainties, and feelings. Her mind doesn't simply become silent when you stop texting. Rather, it becomes a whirlpool of ideas, each one more noisy than the one before it. She may first feel secure, telling herself, I can handle this, he's probably just busy. But as the hours pass, her confidence begins to wane. What is he doing? Why hasn't he contacted her? Is he losing interest? These inquiries are intrusive and creepy, not merely friendly. What she's thinking. While no contact enters her head at quiet moments and becomes louder every day, here is why. Women use connection to process their emotions. When that connection is broken, a hole is created, and since the human mind detests voids, it fills them with hypothetical situations and overanalyzing assumptions. The more silence there is, the more intense this overthinking gets. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed and waiting as it goes. And while she's trapped in this mental spiral, you have all the power. She replays your last conversation, scrutinizing every word, wondering if she said something incorrectly or if someone else was present. Section 3. Why she checks your social media accounts. First, people assume that because she isn't communicating, it's not working. But in fact, her silence doesn't indicate that she has moved on. Rather, it indicates that she is processing, and that every moment she spends overanalyzing is an opportunity for her to become more emotionally invested in you. She checks your profiles as soon as you stop talking because she finds that quiet piques curiosity, and curiosity motivates action. She's not. If you're out with friends, she wonders who's in the background. If you post a gym photo, she asks herself if you're leveling up. If you post nothing at all, that drives her crazy. The important thing is that what you post or don't post can completely change the dynamic. She's just casually scrolling, looking for answers, wondering what he's doing. Is he happy? Who's he? and every post, story, and update becomes a clue. A small tale about you having fun, or a photo of you succeeding, conveys a strong message to her that you're self-assured, carefree, and self-centered. But here's the catch. When she has nothing to examine, social media stillness piques her interest the more. The scarcity effect, why less is more, is one of the most potent psychological triggers in relationships. People value what's rare and take for granted what's always available. This is true for everything in life, and relationships are no exception. Her imagination takes over, and she begins to fill in the blanks with her own thoughts, which typically work in your favor. Social media isn't just a platform, it's a tool when used strategically. It amplifies your value, your confidence, and your presence even without direct communication. She has a typical emotional roller coaster. She doesn't feel the need to reciprocate because she knows you'll be there. But when you pull back, everything changes. Your absence creates scarcity, which makes her realize how much she depends on you. She begins to notice the void you've left behind the texts she used to get the moments you used to share and the connection you used to build. This isn't about manipulating her. Rather, it's about reminding her that your attention is valuable and that when something is valuable, it's desired. Here's the thing. Women don't chase what's easy. They chase what's meaningful. When you create scarcity, you go from being just another option to being the one she can't stop thinking about. And that's where the power lies. Section 5. Her ego is unable to cope, deny ejection. In today's environment, women are always surrounded by affirmation from strangers, fans, and likes on social media. Their confidence is maintained by a constant flow of affirmation. But when you stop talking, you cut off that validation. At first, she might brush it off, telling herself it's okay, he'll text me later. But as the silence lengthens, her ego begins to crack because she's accustomed to being chased and having men compete for her attention. Your silence upends that expectation and makes her face a feeling she doesn't handle well. Rejection. Rejection isn't just a blow to her pride. It's a wake-up call that causes her to reassess her actions and question her authority in the relationship. Did she push you too far? Did she misjudge your interest? These doubts erode her confidence, and all of a sudden the roles are reversed, and she feels the need to prove herself so that she knows she still has your attention and hasn't lost you. Section 6. You retake control when she begins to miss you totally, and there is a change in dynamic. When you go silent, you're not just taking a step back. You're creating a space where her emotions take center stage. Trust me, they don't stay calm for long. At first, she might feel unconcerned, thinking that he's probably just busy and that I'm fine. But as time goes on, that indifference turns to frustration, which then turns into doubt, wondering if I did something wrong or if he's seeing someone else. This emotional roller coaster doesn't stop there. It picks up speed. Doubt turns into regret. She begins to repeat every exchange you had, looking for hints about whether I pushed him away or if I should have been more receptive. She wants to know what you're doing and why you're so calm, and if you've moved on. This curiosity isn't ebbing. It becomes a constant. Eventually, remorse turns into curiosity, and curiosity is where her emotions peak. She can't get out of the mental loop. It's critical to realize that women detest emotional instability and seek certainty and reassurance, which your silence takes away. The longer you remain silent, the longer she remains on this emotional roller coaster, and the more she feels the need to contact you in order to get off the ride. Section 7. Why are you leaving? When you walk away, you're not just establishing distance, you're completely altering the game. Most men cling to the connection because they fear losing her, but walking away requires confidence, and confidence alters everything. This is why being silent makes you more attractive and makes you the prize. I will not accept anything less than reciprocity and respect, since I am aware of my value. This is about self-respect, not arrogance. By demonstrating to her that you're not in need of her approval, you stand out from the crowd. Women are drawn to men who respect themselves because when you walk away from them, you're letting them know you don't fear losing them. This attitude makes you the prize, the man she must work for, and the one she doesn't want to lose. In actuality, most men are too scared to leave. Instead, they cling, chase, and settle. However, by leaving, you distinguish yourself and become one of the few guys who understands his value. You are irresistible because of your rarity. Section 8. The impact of letting go on the dynamic. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Rather, it means assuming control. When you let go, you're not only taking a step back, rather, you're changing the dynamic in the relationship. Most men cling on too tightly out of fear of what might occur if the power of your absence. They let go because they fear losing her forever. But in reality, it's letting go that helps her understand your worth. When you stop pursuing her, you stop boosting her ego, and you stop providing her with the comfort she's accustomed to, which leaves a gap. This is the result of letting go. She feels the weight of your absence and begins to need your presence as she learns that your attention isn't assured and begins to wonder if she took you for granted. Section 9. When she realizes she's losing you, there comes a point in every no-contact situation where it hits her that she's losing you. This realization doesn't come instantly. Rather, it develops over time and gets stronger with each passing moment. Letting go isn't about playing games. It's about demonstrating to her that your happiness doesn't depend on her. It's about putting yourself and your peace of mind first, and when she sees that strength, it forces her to reevaluate everything. Silence Day. She may initially dismiss it, believing that he will return as he always does, but as the days and weeks pass and her confidence begins to wane, she begins to feel the void of your absence, which she can no longer ignore. At this point, she starts to think back on the enjoyable moments you spent together, the connection you two formed, and the feelings you gave her. These memories not only make her miss you, they make her regret losing you. She begins to discreetly pursue you after realizing she's losing you. Initially, it's a random text, a like on your post, or a comment on something you posted, but as her feelings deepen, how a high-value man should respond to no contact. Her attempts become increasingly apparent. She needs to bond, which is why patience is. The important thing is to remain steady, calm, and confident so she has time to grasp what she's losing. Once she does, she will stop at nothing to win you back. Section 10. The transition from indifference to desire. At the beginning of no contact, she may appear indifferent, post on social media, and act as though nothing is bothering her. However, on the inside, she is gradually beginning to feel the effects of your silence. At first, she tells herself that her absence is manageable and that she doesn't need you, but as time passes, her confidence starts to wane, and she begins to notice the small things, like the texts she used to receive, the moments you shared, and the way you made her laugh. These memories don't just remind her of you, they also highlight the void you've left behind. At that point, indifference transforms into curiosity, and she begins to wonder what you're doing, who you're with, and why you're so calm. She wants to understand you, not just talk to you. She wants to reconnect in order to mend and bridge the gap. This interest develops into final thoughts, desire, and obsession. The power of no contact is what has caused this change from apathy to desire. By remaining silent, you're not only establishing distance, but also giving her space to develop sentiments, and the longer you maintain your position, the stronger those feelings are. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. You can also think about becoming a member for special benefits and insights. You won't want to miss the next one. I'll see you there.